This is great radio.
To the Kentucky 43. Woodson from the gun. Play fake. Step it up. He's throwing deep down the near sideline. He's got Johnson. 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Kentucky! Wow! 13 is a lucky number!
Stevie was on the sideline. Somehow he got behind the corner and just ran right down the sideline. Woodson found him, and he broke a tackle at the 5 and walked into the end zone.
I mean, I love
chills,
that.
Dude.
Yeah.
Every time I get chills.
There's so many cool parts, and then when Stevie gets up, it's like, what? Did I just catch the game?
The Jordan shrug. Steve Johnson got so wide open. Like I just think, what do you think Andre Woodson was thinking when he threw that pass? Like, holy crap! How is he? Like, please don't screw this up.
You know, it reminds me of the scene in The Waterboy with Adam Sandler, where at the end he throws the pass, and everybody's looking around like.
Yes, and Farmer Fran.
The farmer. I won't repeat what he did during that. But everyone's like, oh, yeah. That's what that reminds me of.
Very good comparison. This is my favorite one of all time. Wisconsin in the Final Four. Jim Nantz, absolute impeccable timing, the way he calls this shot.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
Andrew Harrison, underneath, bounce to Dakari Johnson, back outside. This is the point where he always hits it. Oh! Aaron Harrison, beyond belief.
That's the first three he's taken, and
look how far out he was on that.
Wisconsin has been so conscious of penetration. Their whole game has been back off and play penetration. Rosser doesn't play the clock here. He backs off just a split second. And that gives Harrison. Oh, can you imagine being his parents?
And that's Aaron Sr.
So yeah, Jim Nantz just kills it on that.
To say this is the point where he always hits it, and then a split second later, he hits it. Ball is in the air as he is saying that.
If you look at the trajectory of the ball, when he releases the shot, you're like, oh God, it's going to hit the back of the rim.
It like goes crooked. I don't understand the physics behind that ball going in the basket.
So I was at Rupp Arena when Tayshaun Prince made the 5 threes to start the game. In this clip, Tayshaun has already hit 2 of the threes.
Chris giving a little message here. North Carolina 4 for 5 from the floor to start. Kentucky 2 out of 3. Loose ball. Wildcats have it. Fits around to Prince. Another 3.
Oh, he's in his zone. And a tough thing for Capel now is if you go up on him, he's going to put it on the floor, and then he finds people. Good distributor as well. Might as well get Capel in the mix to counter him. Good job.
Capel worked hard off the glass to follow, up and down. Boyd Lang working hard with 8 points. So far, it's...
Now see, at this point, you know, they're basically going back and forth trading buckets. The difference is we're trading 3s for 2s here. Mm-hmm. Everybody in the crowd at this point, after he hit the 3rd shot, said it was kind of a joke. It's like, well, just give it to Tayshaun, let him throw it up. He's made 3, but in a joking way.
Right.
Not that he would
seriously.
Not that he would like just jack up 3s. Well,
Prince versus Lang.
I'll tell you, he's trying to get everybody involved here, Lang, as he checks the crowd out. Just get down and guard your guy, Chris.
Tayshaun Prince wants another. Could he make it 4? Yes!
Oh, they switched Johnson on him. Well, that's the danger when a great player gets off. Can't rush into a turnover if you're Carolina.
4 threes.
Oh, no!
Oh, my!
How good is that? He's got the puppy set off the bus.
Oh, 15 for Tayshaun Prince, and they're all 3 balls. 5 for 5.
Carolina go inside for composure. And here they force the walk with the good pressure D. Tayshaun is not a prince, he's a king. Stroking the tray.
Tayshaun is not a prince, he's a king. I don't know if I've ever heard the place that loud. When the UNC player turns the ball over, he's like, hey, just give it to me. Just give me the ball. And because I think he knew what he was going to do, and he wanted to dribble it up and do it.
Yeah, that was unprecedented at the time to pull up that far. The cojones of Tayshaun to pull up from the logo. I mean, my goodness. All right, so we got one more clip. This is from 2010. This is actually John Wall's first game as a Kentucky Wildcat because he had to sit out the actual first game. He hits a game-winning shot against Miami of Ohio, but my clip is not from the game. It's not the buzzer beater. It is post-game. Miami of Ohio's coach, Charlie Cole, gave probably my favorite post-game interview of all time when he gets asked the question by a reporter, how did you let this one slip away? Because they had a big lead at one point.
Oh, yeah.
How did you let the game slip away? And here is Charlie's response.
I can't believe you asked that. I really can't believe it. Let me see here. Kentucky Wildcats, number 4 in the country. I'm hearing 4 first-round draft choices. And you're asking me how that got away from me? Why don't you ask John why it was so close? Wow, I'm not going to answer that question, man. Get beat, we come up with a brilliant effort? Wow, how things change. Before the game, all I heard was, boy, this and that. They start playing. They're the Big Blue. You ought to know that. I'm not mad at you, but where have you been? And where are you from, sir? You're from Lexington. Oh, my Lord. How did it get away from me? So, in other words, let me get this right. Well, cousins became cousins. You remember John Wall? Now, I'm watching 3 tapes of your blue and white, your 2 exhibitions, and your Moorhead game. And John Wall didn't play in a couple of them. And I'm hearing that John Wall is the greatest. Right? That's how it got away.
Oh, man.
There are so many good things about that one. Boy, before the game, all I heard was, boy, this and that.
Exactly.
You couldn't articulate everything. So just like, boy, this and that. I heard this and that. Why don't you ask John why it was so close?
It's a reasonable question. You know, that's actually a good point. I don't know if Calipari ever answered that. Maybe we should look up that press conference and see if he actually answered that question.